We're on. We're on where? Everywhere. Oh, geez. Are you not going to talk to me? You're just going to. Hi, welcome to. It's number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. I'm feeling a bit dodgy, and Drew is trying to hold me up. So we're gonna go for it. So this week, a roundup to this week. This week started off in Sunday. I had to go to Werribee quarantine facility to treat Breakup. Breakup is is the Japanese horse that's come over for the Caulfield Cup. We'll be running today in the Caulfield Cup, and then it goes on to the Melbourne Cup. It was quite an interesting process having to go through all the induction, etc. Anything that you do for the first time, I think, is always a little bit funny. I'm forgetting which camera. There's so many cameras now. I'm trying to remember which one. Anyway, so doing the induction was pretty interesting. They were great. I think it was Ross who runs the place there. He was awesome. Ran into one of my vet mates, Jörg, because I went to the wrong part of the Werribee, but eventually found the horse, treated it. Amazing experience. The people who were with him are just awesome. So that was the beginning of my week. That started on Sunday. Other things I've done: trotters. Joe Pace, he's got quite a bunch of, and Dean Braun, few trotters. Carol Haynes, dressage. Regular old, normal. Ray Bazenko, I mentioned Ray before. Ray and Casey, really like Ray as a person and as a trainer. Aside from that, Ben Kelly, Alex Ray, usual. Brian McGrath. Brian McGrath, he's moved from Cranbourne to Pakenham, doing amazing things. His horses are really doing well. My week ended at Red Gum Run Polo. It's in. I can't get my mouth working. It's an indoor polo arena. Inga Burke teaches people how to play polo. She plays all sorts of polo herself. She has an indoor arena. I'm not sure if they use that now because it was pretty warm yesterday. But amazing. I had 25 horses with her. She just gets them checked over all the time. So there was a whole variety of different horses that I was treating this week. Pretty cool. I think that's about it. So let's start with number 9. And anything you need to... Oops.
You've already achieved a live goal on TikTok.
I've achieved a live goal. Sorry, that was my phone cheering. I don't know. We're only on episode 9.
Thank you to Little Lady on TikTok, sitting through the roses.
Oh, is that what it is?
Hey, mate, from Little Lady.
Hi, how you going?
Thanks for the invites to share the lives, like we keep saying.
Oh.
I'm eventually going to make Christian do it. Today's not the day, though. We are also live on YouTube. Hello to everyone watching there. And you happy to get started?
Yeah, let's rock. Let's do it.
Load the questions up, people. Love from Melbourne. Thanks, Little Lady.
Oh, she's in Melbourne. Thank you.
This is called Sore Lower Back.
Sore lower back. That's very creative of you, Drew. Oh, that was me. Now, I often say, Dave's getting fancy with the camera work. Anyway,
This is Dave at Greg Urrell.
If you saw somewhere, it's not often where you actually see the soreness, right? So this little dip here is actually, this is the medial glute. This does all the power.
Dave's obviously on acid while he's doing this filming.
So I treat that. I don't know if you can. Good boy. So this is a different way of me treating. Dave's doing close-ups. Okay, you're getting everything?
Yeah, getting everything.
Right, I'm just making sure. So if you have a horse that's sore in the middle of the lower back, check this one out. Just have a look. Just roll through this big muscle here. And again, I'm working deeper here, but you can use anything. The massage, this is ideal for a massage gun, or just your hands, like I'm doing. I'm just rolling through the muscles and backing it off. Now he's racing on Friday, I believe. So anyway. So there you go. That's the difference. This is a bit softer. He's still holding himself up, but if you saw here,
something keeps happening with my
big muscle here. Thanks, Dave. Thanks.
So this is a classic example.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's all right, mate. That was a classic example of when I first started treating, and I saw soreness in a back, say for example the back. I always thought it was the back, and I would always treat where I found the soreness. What's actually happening there is, I was under the impression that the back was actually the problem. It's not. It's where the muscles attach. So what happens is, where I was showing that one, when you dip into the medial glute, which is the main big bum muscle that it develops into the back. I don't know why we keep on getting those. Anyway, what's going on, Drew?
It's okay.
It's okay. So when your finger dips into that scallop or hits an attachment of a particular muscle, if you see a spasm, don't think of the back as being sore there. Think about what muscle attaches there. And obviously, I can't say that without saying go to my website, which is langederequine.com. And learn how to check your horse. But the thing is, if you have a dip in the back and it's spasmed, it's an attachment to the muscle. And then you treat that muscle and you should be fine. What's happening, Drew? My nose is driving crazy now.
Little lady says, you look a bit lost, haha.
A bit lost?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chris is a little bit under the weather with hay fever, you guys. That's all it is. Nothing to panic about. Granny's Undies has joined us.
Hi, hello, Granny's Undies.
Question, do you believe you could work on an elephant?
Oh, I have worked on elephants. Yeah, I've worked on elephants in Thailand and I've worked on rhinos at the Werribee Zoo. Really interesting. Yeah, I could work on anything. Snakes is one that people often think is weird that I've worked on, but I've worked on snakes, koalas. I worked in a koala rescue place for about 3 years, I think. I did it every Wednesday. It was pretty amazing. I loved it.
Naiad, thanks for joining us. I know I'm mispronouncing your name. I have a sore lower back.
I know. Me too. I know. My common response to people if they ask if I could treat them is that I don't treat their kind of animal.
Taz Police says, do you work on greyhounds?
No, I did very early days, but now it's all horses, aside from Werribee Zoo occasionally.
Sonia with a J. Hi, Sonia.
Sonia.
Could these techniques be used on dogs?
Yeah, absolutely. I worked at a place called Aquapause for a very long time. Aquapause is a rehab facility here in Melbourne. But yeah, I was treating dogs there for a very long time. That's where I started with dogs and rescue animals. So yeah, absolutely you can.
Super.
Oh, super. A rocker. All right.
This video is called Not All Breakups Are Bad.
All right, this is breakup. Go for it. You want?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so now I've treated him, and you can see. Yep. So have a look before and after.
Yep. Thanks, Thanks, Christian.
All right, that was a short, and it was only the after. Very mindful of putting the before of him up, so I just did the after. I just wanted to show that he was going well. He's running today, Caulfield Cup. I think it's about 5 o'clock. Good luck. I think he's about 5th favourite, and then about 4th favourite for the Melbourne Cup. It was an awesome experience. Like I said, Cozzy, who's managing the horse out while he's out here, was awesome to deal with. If he wins tonight, we'll probably party. We'll see. But basically, I was just showing the horse and how he was travelling. That's about it. Yes, true.
Naiad again from the US says hi from the US, and also, do you work with the Australian Zoo with the Irwins?
No, I don't. I have worked or done some work at Werribee Zoo, which is further south, but no, have not worked with the Irwins.
You would be great to help them and do some funny reels with them. Oh, they must be big in the reels.
Yes. I've seen them. They do TikToks, definitely.
Would you do a crocodile?
Would I do a crocodile? Probably not.
Huh?
I don't know. It'd be, you know what? I'd like to feel one and see what it looked like, but I don't know. Could you get through? It's the same as treating the rhino. It's actually easier to get through into their system than I thought. I don't know what a crocodile feels like. I'd give it a crack.
Little lady again.
Yes,
have you worked with horses near Brizzy?
Yeah, I used to treat. I used to go to Goin Health Resort in Queensland, and I used to treat their horses. They have horses that do assisted therapies. So I treated there. I used to go there a little bit. I haven't been there for a very long time though.
Ever heard of a specialist named Lisa by any chance?
No.
Okay.
No. So,
tell her to follow on TikTok and join the live.
Yeah.
Let's chat with her. And please keep smashing the likes. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Next video.
Right.
This one's called Cute with Dreadlocks, and we're not talking about Drew.
Yeah, right. So I'm at, we don't know how this is going to go because she's a little yearling. She's, who was it? Farnham? All right. So a Farnham yearling. She's, anyway. We're at Musk Creek Farm. This is obviously a little, she's a sweetheart. I had to do her because she's kind of colourful and she's got little dreads and all sorts of little stuff, and she's sweet. What they do is at the very beginning of the yearling prep, which obviously she is, they have them treated. Now, the interesting thing about that is we do it for two reasons here. Is firstly, we make sure that they don't have any soreness so they can do the yearling prep so they're not in pain. Secondly, what happens is after I've treated them and I've treated the fascia and the muscles, for some reason they have a growth spurt. So I'm going through the whole barn. We're going to make sure that they're all firstly pain-free. Secondly, we encourage them to have a growth spurt. And then just before they go into the sales, we have another look at them and make sure that they're moving freely, they're not lame, they're not sore, etc. Anyway, I had to use her because she's really cute. This is not a video that's going to show you me fixing anything. I just had to show this off. Anyway, thanks. See ya. Well, we're doing a lot of videos with actually not much treating or not much showing of any muscles this time around. Another place that I was at this week was Musk Creek Farm. Sorry, they're a breeding barn. They breed yearly thoroughbreds. I've been working with them for a very long time. That is where I had my shoulder destroyed. Not that they'd want you to know that, but it was a really simple, silly little accident. And the horse itself was quite quiet. It just startled and dislocated my shoulder. But what they do is, as I said, what we do is we started off just treating the horses for soreness, the young yearlings for soreness. And then we found out that they actually have a growth spurt. So now what we do is we treat them all, let them have a growth spurt. And after they've had the growth spurt and they've done their yearling prep, then we actually treat them for issues. So we make sure that they're moving freely, the walk is nice, they're not lame, they're not sore anywhere. So it's kind of a two-pronged thing that we do for the yearlings there. And she was such a cute little thing that I had to show you her. So that was her. And Farnan, I think, was a golden, anyway, Group 1 winner.
Now, someone would like to know where you were educated, if you can run through that again for everyone.
All right. So my only qualification is Bowen therapy. That is from Queensland. A guy called Russell Sturgis created a Bowen therapy thing called fascial kinetics. Anyway, so I started off, I wanted to do animal courses. At the time in 1999, 25 years ago, there weren't any animal courses. So I ended up doing bone therapy for humans, and then I just became absolutely fascinated by muscle, nerve, and connective tissue. And so I've kind of read a lot. I'm very osteopathic based. I'm very there is so much in there. There's bone therapy, osteopathy, so-called cranial osteopathy, Golgi tendon release, Rolfing, all sorts of stuff. And I've just made a complete mongrel of the whole lot of them. So that's what it is. As I said, only qualification is Bowen, but that's why I'm doing writing a course for people to learn how to do what I do. There are more courses available to people now, though.
Just want to let everyone know that we have a fly in the studio. Christian has not developed a tick.
I hope
overnight. So. Lee says, "Hi Lee, I love watching your videos."
Thank you so much.
Jaxie Blue says, "Hi Christian."
Yep. Hello.
I love watching your videos. Nice to see you live.
It's kind of weird, isn't it, really?
Martin Laney.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Martin. What do you find the hardest area to fix?
I don't. You know what? I think determining things like pelvis issues. There's a horse that I'm dealing with at the moment that we can't tell if it's actually a fractured pelvis or a deep muscular issue or something like that. I think that's difficult. I think that sacroiliac joint, or I think the Americans call it hunter's bump. I think that that's what they sort of refer to it. We call it SIJ. That is like degenerative and a real pain. So that's probably the one that I don't like seeing the most. If that answers the question.
Jess says, damn thoroughbreds.
I know, right? I totally agree with you, but I love them the most. They're my favourite breed. So it's good I can see you, Drew. Usually you're poking through the light.
Poking through the light. I think hooking up with the Naiad still is really wanting an Irwin's and Langeder collab.
Yeah, sure. I'd be up for it. Absolutely.
Sorry. She's actually offering. They are actually offering. With the Irwin's help, both of you. Is it okay to tag them?
Yes. I can't see why not. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Yes, definitely. To any of my videos.
Thank you. Thanks so much for doing that.
Thanks.
And everyone who's sharing the live, it helps a lot. Thank you. Therese Danby. That's what I do. I mess up names. What is it called when you do? What is it called? What is it called that you do the body work?
Oh yeah, what is it? Look, it's if I was to name it, it'd probably be my name. It'd probably be the Langeder method or something. It is, as I said, it's very osteopathic. It's very bone therapy-esque. It's a whole bunch of different stuff, but it's my own therapy. So, and it's been 25 years of it. So I'd say it's the Langeder method. Something. It's just my name right now. Yeah.
When the educational, when the teaching, what are we calling it?
Yeah.
What are we calling it?
Hey, what am I calling it?
The
course?
The
actual course. It's going to be a
is up.
certificate course. So I'm writing a certificate course, and we'll definitely let everyone know when it's coming. Obviously, I'm dragging my heels because I'm so busy at the moment, as usual. I will definitely get onto it. There is already the diagnostic. What is
resource?
It? Resource. I like that. So the diagnostic resource is already on the website. So it teaches you how to check your own horse. You can't fix what you can't find. So, basically it shows you how to check your horse. The treatment version, how I treat, is coming up, hopefully in 6 months.
And then he'll be forced to name it. So read the heading.
Then I will be forced to name it.
Glad you've been able to directly apply your passion. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thank you very much for dropping in and saying hi.
Your best bet for today, Christian. P.S. Love your videos, mate. Best in the business. That's from Sam Perkins.
Thank you, Sam. Look, I just like the idea of watching Breakup Run today. So that's going to be my tip. But you know what? If I was good at tipping, I wouldn't be working. I'd probably be on holiday tipping. So anyway, I like Breakup, but of course I would, because I've treated it. I have a thing. Every time I treat a horse, it's like my horse. I was explaining it to him. All of a sudden, I feel like it's my horse. So if I've treated things, I watch them. I don't generally watch the racing if there's a horse that I haven't treated. So I just follow the ones that I treat. So here's my tip.
As always, yeah, and that's Caulfield Cup, and it's about 5:15 this afternoon in Australia time.
Melbourne time.
Still want on the USA tour list from KML in the US.
Yeah, whereabouts in the US? But yes, definitely.
We've got cacti in their profile. So somewhere with cactuses.
Cactus.
Lee, do you travel to Queensland to do horses?
No, I'm stuck in Melbourne. Drew's going to say, get a jet.
Send a jet.
Send a jet. No, I'm stuck in Melbourne. Unfortunately or fortunately, I'm so busy down here. I can't get away. We did go off to see Benedetto. Unfortunately, her run. Her run was huge, but she didn't win. We like winners. We like to celebrate winners. But I very occasionally go to places out away from like interstate, but not often. I'm stuck here.
Journey's mama. I guess they're saying, I have a cert in equine myofascial release.
Yes.
What course would you recommend to do next?
I would recommend that you check out my website. And you know what? a lot of, I think the website is made for normal people just so they can check their horses. But the thing is, if you are a therapist, a lot of the courses that I see don't have a very good diagnostic component, if have one at all. They usually just drop the horse up and back and then go, what did you notice? Go to my thing, go to my LangederEquine.com, learn how to diagnose. The other ones I would recommend, look, I think Emmett is good. Rebecca, there's an Emmett horse course or a Bowen therapy horse course, but I do like Australian-based therapies. I think they're unique. I know what I learned from them is unique, so I would go for one of those.
Someone called Putchie.
Yeah, Putchie.
Why do you treat yearlings?
Oh, well, Putch. We treat them for a whole bunch of different reasons. You think that just because they're young, they're not injured, but they do stupid things in paddocks. They play with each other, and also, as we did with the little yearling thing, this one, they have a growth spurt, and that's probably the most important thing that Musk Creek Farmer at this point is that they want all the horses to have a growth spurt, and if they're restricted in muscle, they seem to be restricted in growth. So you see them like growing at all different angles, right? So what happens is we treat them and all of a sudden it frees up the front and the front lifts up. So they all even out and they all have a growth spurt. That's the biggest reason right now that we're doing it, because they're very early in their prep. I think the sales are in January. Congratulations on you, by the way, Putch.
Should we do another one of these?
Sure. Now that was a really cute looking horse and a really horrible choice of music. I just, sometimes when I'm doing them and I do the music ones, I just scroll through whatever and listen quickly and just add it on. Obviously, Drew is more of a tech head than I am, so I'm completely technologically challenged, as you can see by, whoops, as you could hear by the music that was playing in that last video. Oops. Sometimes they're not so good.
Have you ever worked on donkeys or mules?
Yes, I have. I've worked on both. Asses, donkeys, mules, all three. I actually was flicking through my phone the other day and I found this like little grey mule thing that had like the biggest rabbit ears. And I forgot that I'd treated that. But yes, I have. Absolutely.
That's why your videos are the best. The passion shines through. It's from Sam Perkins.
Oh, thanks, Sam Perkins. Sam.
So,
thanks, Sam.
KML, who had the cacti in their bio, whatever.
Yeah.
Oklahoma. And follow-up from them, rodeo girls would spend all their dollars for your hands. I don't know if that's on the girls or the horses. Either way, send a jet. It's never the pole. All right, where are we going here? Favorite video that best demonstrates your treatments? Do you know out of all of your talks?
Yeah, you know what? Obviously, the one that did the best, the one that's the 8.7 million views, I think. I want to actually have a look through all the videos and actually see what the pattern is. I know that the pattern is, if it's just me, it's not very. They don't get viewed very much. If it's me with the front of a horse, I get viewed somewhat. If it's me doing the music ones, which I actually like the meditative long ones, they don't get many views. If it's the rear of the horse, I get a lot of views. And if it's the rear of the horse and it's playing up, And it's sort of like everyone's hoping I get killed, and I actually get a lot of views on those. The one with Serious Princess is probably the one that I would say, is one of my favorites. But and there's also one with the grey horse where I'm in Flinders. I really like that one. I like the grey horse. I like the sky, and it really shows what I was doing. So it's funny because sometimes it doesn't show up. Like I don't get to see it through the phone while we're doing the phone. So what happens is once I see it on video, sometimes it doesn't show up as well as I would like it to. But these are the things that happen.
Christian, that's from you. It says practice palpating by using the like button on TikTok.
Oh, really?
Well done, Christian. That's it for the moment. Would we like to? I think this is the last one, maybe.
Is it? All right. This is Brian McGrath's, I believe. All right, we're at Brian McGrath's stable in Pakenham, and it's sunny. The weather's starting to get better. It's spring carnival, which I'm excited about. This is old-fashioned. The thing with old-fashioned is he's got a bunch of stuff, but the one I want to show you is, I don't know if you can see there's lines through the neck here. He's just being a bit of a... There's lines through the neck here. Now, I wanted to explain a couple of things. Firstly, you can see the lines now really clearly when he picks his head up, and he's going to throw the person around. Anyway, so two things. Firstly, the spine of the horse, the neck spine comes down here. So when you have lines through here, what is sore is not the neck nor the lines. I mean, it kind of is, but there's a muscle that goes through here called serratus, and serratus basically just holds the neck up. So I just look through, and there you go, that's one of them. I just look through those muscles, and often it'll be under this shoulder muscle. But if you have lines here, it means that you're sore above the neck, right? So treat serratus. If you saw here, you've got to treat through the neck. So if you see those lines and you know they're sore here, don't bother treating that. You've got to treat up here. So I'm going to treat him, and I'm going to make it nice and soft for him. It's not going to fix the lines straight away. They'll back off because the spasming will back off. Aside from that, getting a bit of a weird twist there. Good boy. So I'll just go through each of those, find the ones that are particularly, that one's tight. So you can do this. There's nothing you can damage through here. You can use I'm a big fan. I don't often say what I'm a fan of, but I'm a big fan of therapeutic ultrasounds. So you could use a therapeutic ultrasound here really easily. That's the one with the gel, etc. You could use a massage gun. You can use your hands, whatever you like. But I just wanted to point out, if ever you see that, and all it is from collection. If you ever see those lines, treat up here. Thank you. So again, I like the idea of, I like seeing those little things where I can show on camera what you're looking for.
Sorry.
What you're looking for, like, when you see horses hanging in or hanging out, and so it's more likely the hyoid or the TMJ. I think I did one of those videos recently. I'm going to probably put another one up today or maybe tomorrow. So one of those things is like those lines. You can see from a mile away when they've got those little sucking in lines, and all it is that the serratus, like I said, the muscles that hold the actual neck up, are tight, and so it sucks into the spine, and you see those little lines. If you see those, it's easy to find which part of the serratus is sore. Just roll through it. So I like when you can visually see stuff from a distance, or you can just walk up. The hyoid one's interesting because as soon as if I've got soreness in the hyoid on both sides, I always know that the horse is trying to protect itself and will be heavy on the bit. If I see a horse, like if you watch the racing today in Melbourne or anywhere, seeing its big spring carnival day, if you watch the racing and you see a horse running forwards, running straight, but with its head tilted, and sometimes it'll make them veer off, it's going to be because they've got a sore hyoid. So for those of you who are sitting at home, you can be like a couch hero and tell everyone, oh, got a hyoid problem and not a pole problem. Anywho.
Toonza, let's stick with the poll. Toonza or Tunza says, hey, Chris, can you please say it's never the pole?
It is never the pole. It's never the pole. It just isn't. It's just not. I love that because of the amount of times I hear people say, the pole is out is not out. It's just, it is never the pole. It's always going to be almost always the hyoid, then the T&J or C2. Anyway, and you know what? People adjust the what are you laughing at, Drew? So it's not the pole. We will do t-shirts. Drew wants to do t-shirts. It's never the pole.
Yeah, if anyone is young enough to be meme makers out there, let's get some "It's Never the Pole" memes going and tag Christian. Send it through on all the socials. Martin Laney again, or Laney, sorry, Martin. Why do so many osteopaths treat the pole when it is
not the pole? Because they don't know any better. Is what I would probably say. Like, you're gonna have. I don't know. I think that I see one genuine sore pole maybe every 4 months, and I see around 100 horses a week. So I think that, you know what, I don't know why they do it. I know that a lot of people are into treating the pole, and it just is not ever the pole. It just ain't.
Well, that's all the videos for today.
There you go, hey?
We've clocked over the half hour.
Oh,
we are trying to rein it in again today.
Yeah.
So I guess if anyone's got any other questions on the talks or the YouTubes, send them through now, and then we have to move Christian on to something else.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm hoping that these are helpful. I'm hoping that going into a little bit more depth with the TikToks, because they're too small. So I like to be able to talk about them. I like questions about them. If we have ones here and you have questions, Drew actually puts the videos of what we're going to put up on YouTube the week before, so you can actually have a look at them on YouTube. And if you've got questions about them, then you can get on and ask. It's just, again, I'm just trying to create awareness and help people learn how to check their own horse and know what's going on with their horses, so they can make some educated decisions and speak to the professionals that they use properly or better, or be able to help it themselves. Like I said, I'm a fan of of an ultrasound, massage guns. I mention them a lot. They're just easy, but so long as you know where to put them. That's the key thing.
Naiad, thank you. Love you, Christian. Thank you for taking care of the animals.
Oh, thank you so much for chatting. It's really cool being able to do this.
TH says, show us your magic hands.
Ooh, those? Yeah, that's them. That's weird.
And guys, I realize we're talking to the TikTok people at the moment,
yes.
But if you have friends or family who are not on the talks, we're also uploading all of the TikToks onto the YouTube channel at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're trying to do one a day. So if you want to send anyone who's not a talker over to the YouTube channel, and if you want to get over there as well and subscribe, that'd be amazing. Hey, thanks, Christian. Really appreciate your time and advice from Ireland. That's where Martin is.
Oh, Martin's from Ireland. Martin, while I was in the quarantine centre, I met a guy called TJ, who is Aidan O'Brien's trainer out here. So it was good to meet Irish people, and I know that you're watching. It was really funny because TJ actually walked past while I was treating the Japanese, and he's like, "Oh my God, Christian!" So it's kind of cool and kind of weird, but like amazing that this sort of stuff gets that amount of reach. It's pretty. I love it. KH
has a actual question. If you can help, my filly flipped over twice while leading her and has a swollen wither.
Yeah.
Any advice for what to do to alleviate her pain?
She could have broken her wither. If it's swollen, there could be a fracture. I would make sure that it's not fractured. That's most commonly what happens when they flip themselves over. I would have a vet have a look, and then the only real muscle that you're going to be treating there is like all the muscles underneath the shoulder blades, which are difficult to get to, and also the trapezius, both cervical and thoracic. So just all the muscles. And you're best using your hands for that.
Okay.
How are we going, Drew?
I think that's pretty much it. We're at about 35 minutes. Are you happy
thank you, guys. I'm happy to
go ahead.
Call it. So thank you very much, everybody. Once again, it's going to be awesome seeing the Caulfield Cup. Looking forward to the Melbourne Cup. If anyone in Australia wants to learn how to play polo, go to Red Gum Run Polo. That's for Inga Burke. She is absolutely passionate about her polo and loves teaching as many people as possible. It doesn't matter if they're kids, women. She loves She had a women's polo team for a while as well. I think they're awesome. They're in around near Torquay. Have a look on the website and see what they do. They're just really cool. We got coming into polo season as well. So I think the Melbourne Cup polo thing is just after the actual Melbourne Cup racing. So if you have a look around, I like polo at Werribee. That will be the Melbourne Cup. I just like it. It's still really casual and nice, and it's cool. So anyway, that's about it. That wraps it up. If you do all the like and subscribe and etc. Go onto LangederEquine.com, have a little bit of a look around, see what you can see, learn what see what you learn. Obviously, my diagnostic thing's there. Have a look at that. There is an example. Go for that as well. But aside from that, I think we're about rocking. Thank you, Drew.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye. All right.
And we're done.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere. And we're done. Everywhere.